But we began with correspondent Trace Gallagher, who joins us tonight from Las Vegas with all of the new developments in this investigation. Good evening, Trace.
Good evening, Brett. Let's start with that breaking news about possibility of other attacks, including a car bung. You will recall that in the Mandalay Bay, the car of Stephen Paddock was actually found with 1,600 rounds of ammunition, some ammonium nitrate, the same thing that was used in the Oklahoma City bombing by Tim McVeigh, and 50 pounds of tannerite. There were no targets described in the threat, or at least U.S. officials didn't notify us of any targets, and they say they are still looking for a motive to the shooting. Other cities are responding to claims that Las Vegas shooter Stephen Paddock may have considered targeting them as well. Late today, Chicago police told Fox News that it believes Paddock booked 2 rooms at this hotel overlooking the Lollapalooza Music Festival this summer. Also saying, quote, the city conducts extensive public safety planning and training around major events in close coordination with our law enforcement partners to ensure public safety. Another reported location, Boston.
We and many others are fully plugged in on that investigation, and there is no imminent threat to anything in Massachusetts or New England.
Last night, officials said Paddock may have also had additional Las Vegas targets. He rented a room in September near the Life is Beautiful Music Festival.
As many of you already reported, Paddock rented a room at the Ogden Hotel in downtown Las Vegas. We have recovered video from there to review Mr. Paddock's actions while he was there.
Investigators are acknowledging that they may never fully understand what pushed the man they're calling disturbed and dangerous to carry out the worst domestic attack in U.S. history.
What we know is Stephen Paddock is a man who spent decades acquiring weapons and ammo and living a secret life, much of which will never be fully understood.
One thing they do believe is that Paddock probably didn't act completely on his own.
Do you think this was all accomplished on his own? You got to make the assumption he had to have some help at some point.
Other revelations, Paddock intended to survive the attack.
He was doing everything possible to figure out how he could escape at that point. His concern was personal concern versus what was occurring down below him.
The FBI spent hours yesterday questioning Marilou Danley, Paddock's girlfriend, after her return from the Philippines. Danley is cooperating and said she knew Paddock as a, quote, kind, caring, quiet man. Her lawyer shared her statement.
He never said anything to me or took any action that I was aware of that I understood in any way to be a warning that something horrible like this was going to happen. Anything I can do to help ease suffering and help in any way, I will do.
As hospitals continue to treat the injured, the death toll has remained at 58.
As of 9:34 p.m. yesterday, we have officially identified all 58 victims and 1 suspect that have been involved in this incident, as well as notified all of the next of kins, which is a big deal.
Yet with so many questions still remaining, investigators are predicting a long road ahead.
There's a lot of information that's going to change over time as we determine more facts. But this is what I can tell you. Our resolve is firm. We will get to the bottom of this, no matter how long it takes.
And the Clark County Sheriff is on record saying that he believes Paddock had an accomplice. What's interesting is we are now learning that in the days leading up to the massacre that he was gambling extensively for 7-8 hours at a time, and there are reports he had a female companion with him, not his girlfriend, during that time. Police are now in the process of trying to track down that companion. A last note, Brett, we should tell you there was a bomb threat at the Mandalay Bay a short time ago. The all clear has now been given. Brett.
Tense time as that investigation continues. Trace Gallagher live on the Strip. Trace, thanks.